A couple dozen volunteers braved the cold overnight to what they call Love Bomb Lex. They want people in need to wake up this Valentine's Day to a little bit of warmth.
Drivers are right. Road crews have definitely been salting throughout the night. Look at how the snow is melting on the road, but accumulating on the sidewalk.
The sheriff says Caldwell was so desperate to get away that he drove the car over this edge and ended up wrecking in the creek. Sam, we are expecting that procession to start any minute now. There are going to be emergency responders, not only from Jessamine County, but from surrounding counties that will help with the transport of the body of paramedic John Mackey. We watched as friends have come by right here. They've been leaving flowers for Jonathan Kruger. This card reads, "Rest in peace, John," and it's for the UK student who died nearby. We are told a 14-year-old, an 18-year-old, and a 1-year-old survived the crash along with the driver. At the live desk, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT. A college coach's weekly meeting with the media isn't usually this emotional. But EKU coach Dean Hood had to tell his men one of their fellow players wasn't returning to the field. The Colonels lost redshirt freshman defensive lineman Joey Kramer Sunday in a single-car wreck.
He was a team above self guy, and he was a tireless worker, and he loved the game of football, and that was evident as we were recruiting him.
Quarterback Benny Coney called Kramer a brother.
He's one of those guys that came positive mindset every day. So I think he'll want us to just keep working hard and play through him.
EKU will play the University of Kentucky Saturday. Kentucky will honor Kramer during the playing of My Old Kentucky Home.
I'd like to send my condolences to Coach Hood in Eastern Kentucky. Hearing about that tragedy, it's sad for all of us. I just feel for them and their program.
That's first class, and really appreciate that.
Coach Hood says Kramer transferred this year from UTEP, the University of Texas, El Paso, to be closer to home. The Colonels will play Saturday for their brother, Kramer. To have a burglar break in the way this man did is unusual.
First they cut the fence and then they jump in.
Tony Patel says the guy tried getting into his family's convenience store through the back door.
He tries to pull this thing.
When that didn't work, Patel says the burglar, and probably a buddy, started pulling the wall off the ground.
They unscrew it first, and then I think there was one guy who was pulling it from here outside, and the other guy just went in.
Once inside,
he pulls this door, like you can see these marks over here.
Patel says he broke the door that leads into the actual store.
He takes all the money, and then he takes money from this register too. Takes money from here too. Yeah, and he takes cigarette cartons and stuff like that. He took all of them.
Surveillance shows the man was inside the store for 30 minutes, and the Patels tell us they have motion sensors connected to an alarm system, but that those sensors never went off.
If it went off, I could have came here and stopped them, and the police have came here too.
Grainy surveillance video.
He's going to crawl right back out the way he came in.
Is all Laurel County Deputy Gilbert Achardo now has to try and catch the burglar. He's relying on someone to recognize this man and help the Patels figure out who hit their business.
These are independent operators. They're trying to make a living. They're usually working their store all by themselves, and it's really hard work for them. And when you do $15,000 damage and theft, then you're really hurting the business bad.
In an off-campus neighborhood of banners and beer cans, there's a UK employee living beside UK students.
Tell them I'm Tom and I live here in a house with a big tree in front and whatnot, and make a deal with them. I tell them that, hey, if I make too much noise before they go calling the cops, come talk to me, and I'll return the favor.
Retired Airman Tom Akins has lived with his wife on Crescent Avenue for 11 years. The pair care for about a dozen wild cats in a neighborhood known for its wildcat devotion. This house is part of that prime real estate where hundreds of fans gather post-UK games. After the UK games, you won't find Akins out here on State Street with his neighbors. He watches the celebrations from his front yard.
I stop anybody by them not coming in, they're not tossing the beer bottles and cans up in the yard, so it makes it easy to keep those out.
He keeps a close eye on the property, but he also has a soft spot for the students. Leadership training in the Air Force taught him how to handle them.
As you go along in rank, try to remember what it was like when you were, so you can kind of think of, you know, okay, kid's gone out and done something stupid. Well, I did something stupid similar to that too, you know, so just kind of chew him out, but don't rake him over the coals unless it's really stupid.
In Lexington, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.